Way, everybody. If you made it through the first video and you didn't die or lose your mind, I guess maybe. No, it's terrible. It's terrible. Hopefully it gets better. I doubt it will, but hopefully it gets better. Hey, just want to touch on the subject, man. I have a T680 2020 model Kenworth. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what a T680 is, um, the fucking thing comes with a Wabco air dryer, and if it's one step up, it's the Wabco air brain, so to speak. I guess you could say, motherfucker's worthless. It's about 4 years old now. It's starting to take a shit, and when it took a shit, everything went with it. It's got 6 ports on it, 4 on the back, 2 random underneath, and it's all part of the modulator for the anti-lock brake system, and the other couple lines, I'm assuming, go up to the block on the firewall, and there's a couple of other places it supplies air to. Instead of going like the old-fashioned way where it literally cleans the air, fills up the air tanks with all the good air, and lets it distribute it wherever, some bunch of shithead ass hat wearing fools decided that it'd be a good idea to stick that clean room environment brake modulator for the braking system inside the air dryer. And well, let's just say it's quite the motherfucker. um, Wabco doesn't make any more of those. Anybody that's had one is probably already going out, and they've started snatching up the reserves that are around town. As far as it goes now, there's not really any in the United States that I could find, or the other 125 people I employed that last couple of days to try to help me find one. The kit parts are very limited to the discharge valve and the heating element. Those things are not going to affect or not going to remedy the problem with the failure to cut off the. Mine was sticking. It wouldn't allow the compressor to shut off. It wasn't sending the signal because it was malfunctioning. The turbo shutoff valve or the control valve or whatever, the ones you can't get the parts for, was malfunctioning. Not to mention the inside of that thing's probably a rat race of maze of compartments, and after 4 years of filthy ass air and oil leaking in through it, it was done. So I struggled, and with the help of, like I said again, about 125 random people, got down to the last 5 I was going to call yesterday, and a handful of guys from the repair industry, like the 24-hour and the roadside repair. Some very well motivated young fellows, man. They got onto it and had like 3 or 4 of them come back to me, and one came back with an answer on how to build a diaphragm to run that, to create the ports for the modulation and so forth, all the external airlines in there, so that you don't have to try to reroute the entire system. You're able to build about $100 brass junction. Best thing I can put it at, just a junction or a multiplex way of connecting all them lines into that one main airline, and then allowing it to go onto the tank. I wasn't sure if that'd be a problem or not with the voltage or the requirements for the system, the amount of air, if it was timed. I had no idea. I'm not that familiar with that system or that model engine that was on or anything else. So, like I said, with the help of some young, smart people and a few calls to the manufacturer, which also let us know that there's no new parts in sight. So anybody that has one of these, it's not limited to Kenworth. It's amongst different groups of vehicles. I found them at the wrecking yards on Cascadias. I found them on Freightliner day cabs. I found them on sleeper cabs. I found them on Macs. No, actually, the only one I don't think I found it on is a Mac. But International, Freightliner, Mac is not one. Volvo, it doesn't appear to have. I haven't found any on the Volvo yet. Peterbilt, found a few on there. It is PACCAR, so it's a Wabco 1200S Plus with multi ports on it. Now you can find the Wabco 1200S, but you can't find the Plus with the multiple ports. That's what I ended up using. That, along with the little brass diaphragm. I'll throw some pictures down here along the way of what it looked like, so you kind of get an idea. It cost me about $100 in parts. was able to connect everything, plug off the front port, the control port in the front right next to the inlet, and just use the control line off of the governor and the discharge line, or whatever you want to call it, unload line off the governor. So those two ran in there, hooked up the main line, teed it over to a block, and was able to connect all the other lines into it. Ran it for about 6 hours today. Seems like it's doing good. I don't know. I'll let you know if something comes up, but there's no real solution for it unless if you know how to rebuild one of them things and are successful at it. And I wasn't too successful. I did take it apart, but it made it a little better, but still had other problems just keep popping up. So anyway, that's it, man. Just wanted to pass that around. I'm sure only 15 more people will see it, but maybe it's 15 people that need to see it. So if you can, share this, pass it around. If it's any shows or seems to have any value to you at all, pass it around. I'm not looking to get paid for it. This shit almost made me nuts. And if there's somebody else out there about to have this problem, it'd be great if this helps them out. Be amazed. I want to say thanks if anybody ends up on this channel that helped me yesterday. I appreciate it. Everything you guys did was excellent. Talked about a real feeling of community, man. Because I was an old man just out there about to lose my shit, and sitting around losing $1,000-$1,500 a day. Painful, very painful. So anybody happens to see this, man, again, thank you guys for everything you did. I'm going to try to figure out exactly who it was. It was super helpful because there was 3 or 4 that were. Post your name up, pass your name around, man. You guys were great. All right, y'all. Have a good night. God bless you all, man. Hopefully we can win this war, or at least beat the battle. Take care.